Hey there, welcome. This is Jim Nippenberg, and I like to eat. Okay, you can tell I like to eat. And I wanted to just take a quick break from my busy day. I've been working here in my home office, and I wanted to tell you about a really cheap meal that I just had, and had it for lunch. I fixed it while I was working on some other stuff, just popped it in the oven, and forgot about it until it was time to eat it, okay? Now, I don't care what they say about the economy sucking right now. Even in a so-called bad economy, I want to tell you, you can still eat like a king. I'm going to show you how. Okay, so you're going to want to stay tuned for some other videos too. But let me tell you what I had today. I had tilapia fillet. Now, before you go away, listen, okay? I know it's not that exciting of a fish. Okay, I was out one day shopping for cod because I wanted to make, fish sandwiches. And I was shopping for cod, and the price was just outrageous. And they had a good deal on a bag full of frozen, individually wrapped tilapia fillets. So I thought, oh heck, I'll try it out. And I took it home. I cooked it the way I'd normally cook the cod, and I was like, ugh. I thought it sucked, and I didn't want to throw out all that food though, because I hate to throw away food. Okay, so I figured I better find a way to make this stuff taste good. Well, lucky for you, I got a way to make tilapia taste good. It's one of those things you can do when you're busy and you got other stuff to do. You just put it in the oven and you forget about it until it's done. And it's easy. It cost me, I filled up. Okay, look at me. Okay, I filled up on less than $2 here. Okay, we're talking the bag of tilapia fillets cost more than $2, but per fillet. And all I had was basically using stuff that's laying around, leftovers and stuff. So I had a tilapia fillet, I had a medium-sized potato, about this big, and I had an onion that I cut in half. Okay, so I used half an onion. So we're talking less than $2 here, because you buy the potatoes when they come on sale. They go on sale 5-pound bag all the time. So you watch for your sales, and then you just keep the fish in the freezer, right? So I sliced my potato. Of course, you wash the things and you cut the eyes out of the potato. They got little eyes or whatever. You get rid of those and you wash it real good. You slice it up. And I was going to put all this in an aluminum pouch and just steam it in there. And lo and behold, I'm out of aluminum foil. Well, what do? You work with what you got. Okay, so I took a glass baking dish and I put olive oil in it. Now, you want to be careful with olive oil because it's got a lower smoke point than like, for instance, your vegetable oil. So you don't want to fill the place with smoke, and you don't want to burn your fish. So you gotta, you want to watch your temperature when you're cooking with olive oil. But olive oil, of course, is a lot healthier for you too. So I coated the bottom of the dish with olive oil. I put the tilapia fillet on there, and then I put some coarse salt and some coarse fresh ground pepper on it, and some Old Bay. If you don't like Old Bay, then don't do it. But I was gonna put some Old Bay on my potatoes too to season them a little bit. And then basically I took half of my onion and I cut it into wedges, and then broke it into the pieces. Instead of like putting like quarters of onion in there, I just like tore the petals apart. So I'd have a bunch of onion pieces. If you don't like a lot of onion, well, of course you cut back a little bit. But I like fried potatoes and onions, sort of like home-cooked food. And so I put it all together, put the potatoes and the onions on top of the fish, because like I said, I was out of foil, and I didn't want to dry my fish out. There's nothing worse than dried out fish. It just sucks. Okay, so I put all that on there so the fish would steam underneath the potatoes and the onions. And then I put a little bit more olive oil on top and a little bit more Old Bay seasoning. And I put just a little bit of margarine on there to, to season it a little bit too, with some margarine taste. And I popped it in the oven. I waited for it to be done. And let me tell you, it was good. And it filled me up. I mean, a little bit of, it wasn't a big potato. You don't want to eat a lot of potato, especially in the middle of the day when you're working or whatever, because, all that starch and all that put you to sleep. But a little bit of potato, you get that tryptophan released in your brain from eating the potato. You start to feel like really good. And the fish filled me up, and it had a good flavor to it. It was fairly healthy. Like I said, it cost a little less than $2 to fix that, and it filled me up. I mean, where are you going to go to fill up on $2? Now, if you wanted to do that for your family, of course, add more fish fillets in the glass dish, add a little more potato, and it would go great with homemade applesauce. I just happen to be completely out of homemade applesauce. Okay, I'm waiting for my mom to send me some more. But you can get the homemade applesauce by going to homemadeapplesaucerecipes.com. Okay, and remember, even if your budget's tight, even in a so-called bad economy, you can still eat like a king.